Petrified by the fact that I be combusting packs in search to relax. The envy of the angels distract, but it be fluent till spirits retract. Dearest, I fear that you lack energy limits surpass. Digits are prepping the flat line till I modify the cortex. Viewing the stats rise as the committee dies. I summon the doubted link to potency. Now they notice me, the courtesy. And in its prime is shot the lowest steam. Hey, yo, what's your life like? I be coolin', but I'm trying to get my mind right. With the dollar and a dream till it finds light. With the dollar and a dream till it finds light.
In 2019, there are more than a handful of new artists trying to break into the rap scene. I'm Sharon Malone, and I'm traveling the Chicago area interviewing up-and-coming artists. I've discovered a variety of individuals and groups that are using unique approaches to attempt to break into the industry that is rap. Not too long ago, I sat down with Isaiah Ruiz to learn about one talented artist who's breaking onto the solo scene. Thank you so much, Isaiah, for taking this time out to meet with me. I've been a fan of your music for a while, so I think that it's really nice that we get a chance to sit face to face and I get to hear more about your journey and everything. So without further ado, let's get right to it.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So I really want to know first, who is Isaiah?
I was very introverted as a child, so I kind of just kept to myself, like always in my own world. So I would always do anything like typical like kid stuff would do, like draw, go around, play video games. I was huge on video games back in the day.
Okay.
So I was always on that. What did I have? PlayStation. I had PlayStation and GameCube. Really, I was very limited on friends just because like social skills, like I didn't want to go out and talk to people.
Right.
I was just kind of like in my own head for a while, just kind of like overthinking a lot. So I'm just like, I'm gonna stay away from this person. I'm gonna stay away from this person. I'm gonna stay away from you. Just keeping to myself for a while.
Okay.
And that's just the way that I operated for so long. A memory that sticks out to me that I can think of in particular, I'll probably say around the time that I made my first rap. Throughout that time period, I was just doing it for fun.
Right.
I didn't think that here we are now, and this is something that I want to actually pursue.
Okay.
So it's just kind of mind-blowing just seeing that.
So how old were you when you actually started rapping?
10 years old.
Really?
10 years old.
And what influenced you, or who influenced you as a 10-year-old to say, I want to rap?
I can't remember exactly, like the exact thing where I'm just like, I'm going to go ahead and do it. It just kind of clicked to me. Like, I guess to answer that, it just seemed like a lot of fun to me. So
Okay.
I grew up, my dad got me into hip hop. I grew up into hip hop, like the old school hip hop for a while. So like, you had your Tupac, Biggie, Rakim, Tribe Called Quest, all of them. I grew up on that while I was growing up on the modern
Right.
era of music as well. Just balancing both out, seeing what I liked. Old school stuck out to me, just the production stuck out to me because it blended well with the lyricism. Both of them just complement each other very well. So I was like, yo, like, this is cult. Like, what is this? Inspired me was just to say, go give it a try. I do have a cousin that raps also. Perhaps he also sparked a little bit of an influence as well for me to just
Go ahead and do it.
just dig into it.
I heard you mention your father. Can you tell me about your relationship? Are you guys close? Since he was someone that started you on the path of the old school rap, how are you guys' relationship?
Yeah, I mean, I don't speak to my father anymore.
Okay.
I haven't spoken to him since December. Like,
Really?
I just kind of keep my own. Like you grow up, and after a while, like you figure, like you just figure people out in a sense, and like, in your own way, you figure people out. You just kind of realize like who you really want to be around, and just people that are just like, nah, I'm gonna stay away from this person.
Yeah,
And that happened to be my father. So like, I got respect from him. I just don't like him.
absolutely.
Just to put it out like that.
Do you think you guys will ever come to a common medium and try to, revive you guys' relationship?
I wouldn't be against it, but if it didn't happen, it wouldn't necessarily bother me. Just kind of be like, it is what it is type deal. I would be open to it, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to fix anything that's broken.
Very interesting. How is the relationship with you and your mom?
My mom's always been loving. She's just kind of always been chill.
Okay.
like just minding her own business, just living in her own world, always like making sure her kids are straight. That's what I've always loved about her. And not to put anything like against my dad, saying like he never has. It's just like just two different relationships that I have with two different people, and inside I feel one way about one person, and then I have my differences with another person. So that's just kind of how that is. But my mom's just has always done her. She has always done her own thing, but always making sure like she provided for her kids at the end of the day.
Now, how many siblings do you have?
I have two younger sisters.
Like the little golden token child a little bit, huh?
You can say that.
So I know a lot of rappers, they don't go by their government name. They have stage names. Do you have a stage name? And if so, do you have a meaning, and what is that?
Yeah. So I do have a stage name. My stage name is Kane Prosody. The first name of the stage name is Kane, which when you break down the name, it derives from the word arcane, which is spelled Arcane. And the definition of that is like a few that can understand something, like a few that understand, if any at all. And I can relate to that being introverted. I'm more of an observer rather than a speaker. That's just kind of always how I've always been.
Nice. So I hear you say, and this was like the second time that you said you are an introvert, correct? So I've seen some of your performances, videos, and you would never suspect that this person who's on stage rapping could be such an introvert. So how do you transform yourself from introvert Isaiah to getting the crowd hype Kane?
It really is like having like two different personalities, because when I'm on stage, it really is a completely different personality. I'm more outgoing. I'm focused on showcasing myself. I'm getting involved with the crowd, making sure I can captivate them and capture their attention. Even when I get stage fright right before a showcase, it's just kind of like, well, are you gonna go home?
Right.
Well, are you gonna go home? The exit, you gotta walk all the way on the other side. So
True.
Good luck with that.
Right.
So what are you gonna do? Your ass up there.
Boom and bam. Okay, so next question. If you had the choice between two rappers, you choose one from the past and you choose one from today, who would you want to collab with and why?
In the past, I would say Rakim in his prime.
Nice.
Rakim in his prime makes something chill. Because what I've always loved about Rakim is just this smooth operator type of flow that he had over the production. Can never go wrong with that, and he had a strong message behind what he was talking about. So that's what I loved. That's what I admire about Rakim.
Now, who would be the person from today that you would collab with and why?
It's a tough one. I would say J. Cole.
I can see it.
I remember when I first discovered J. Cole. It was 2009. Back when he dropped his, what's that mixtape called? God, I'm gonna lose my mind, but I'll come up with it. It's awesome to see his come up. That's why I'm a huge fan, because I witnessed the growth that he had, and it blew my mind. And it's inspirational. It's like, wow, I'll just love to see how he progressed over time.
Nice.
The warm up.
There you go, Tourette moment. Good, because I was like, whoa, the what? Your hands, okay, scare me. Okay, the warm up. I'm gonna have to listen to that. So I know that you said that you've been rapping since you were 10, and no shade, a lot of people out here, they have someone called a ghostwriter, where I don't really write my own raps. I got somebody in the background that does that. Is that something that you do, or do you write your own raps?
I write my own material.
Okay, great. Okay, now you can answer the question.
So I find different types of inspiration.
Okay.
I'll hear it from like audiobooks I'll listen to. I'll listen, or watching TV. I'll watch like if I want to pick out like a certain subject, I'll watch a certain movie or a certain TV show that relates to the subject, that's relevant to what I want to talk about. Pick out some ideas from there, maybe a certain scene, maybe an argument that I find will capture my interest. So I'll go ahead and think from there, like, okay, cool. Like, how can I write this in a rhyme with this scene that I just saw? Or what did I just go out and I see out in the world, really? Like, just from like personal experiences.
Take me back to your first gig. And where was it? Sorry.
No, it's all good. It was at the Foundry in Aurora. Okay. It's a bar / venue. Upstairs is the venue part of it. Okay. It was a comedy show that I opened up for. There was 2 rappers for the night. It was awesome though because like it was a challenge to myself because with all like the anxiety that I had, with like everything that was going through my mind, it was just kind of like, what are you gonna do with all that? Are you just gonna walk away from it, or you're gonna take it on stage with you and see what you do with it?
Right. So, with that being said, what type of audience are you targeting?
I feel like I captivate both the young and the older audiences, especially with the style of production that I'll go through. Because I can go through the modern style, but I could also take it to the old school style as well, and put my own twist to it as well. And I know a lot of like the quote unquote old heads, they appreciate that kind of music. So I strongly feel that I connect with them in the sense of the sound that they're used to, but also putting my own message out there, which is where the younger audience comes in that are trying to figure life out, how they want to go about dealing with their demons and just trying to find answers to questions that they feel like nobody else really asks.
So do you want to be an independent artist, or you want to have that record label behind you to help push your career?
I'd rather do this independently. With a major label, it will just really depend on what the offer is exactly. However, the independent route is awesome for me in regards of just vision of what I want, is because it's what I want.
Right.
I know with a major label, it just really depends, but I know they're gonna take their vision of what they would like to do, which is understandable. But if I have a vision that I feel like, I wanna bring this to life, if I gotta do this independently to do it, then so be it.
Or what advice would you give to a young person that might see this in a year or years to come, that wants to get their feet wet or wants to get out there as an artist? What advice would you give them?
Start now, use social media. Social media is a great platform for music. We're in an era where you can just spend $5 on a Facebook or an Instagram ad to help get yourself out there. And as the time goes on, that's just gonna accumulate. It's just gonna add up, get more expensive. So start right now. Market out there. Market yourself out there and see what people will say. And if people don't like it, then that's not your target demographic. And just keep working on yourself.
Now, you consider yourself an artist, and I'm sure you want to be bigger than where you are right now. If that were to never happen, would you be content with that?
I would be content with the fact that I would still make music. Even so, because I didn't start making music because I wanted to be something. I started making music because it's something I fell in love with. It's something that I enjoyed doing.
What will continue to keep you rapping?
There's always something to talk about. If you go around anywhere, like just ask somebody about their day. Someone that's having a bad day, they might tell you their life story.
Right.
You can make a song about that. And make a song about that, upload it. Tons of other people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Even if it's something, whether it's joyful or whether it's sorrowful, the point is there's always something to talk about because we're in life. I mean, that's just plain and simple. There's I feel like even if it's writer's block, like someone may come across, I'm guilty of it every once in a while. But at the end of the day, there's always something to talk about. Just look at the news.
Right.
A lot of crazy stuff comes up. Even watch TV, see what comes up, fictitious or not. Just the fact that there's always something going on.
Hey, so what's your life like? I be coolin', but I'm trying to get my mind right. With the dollar and a dream to the fines light. With the dollar and a dream to the fines light. Hey, yo, what's your life like? I be coolin', but I'm trying to get my mind right. With the dollar and a dream to the fines light. with a dollar and a